Thank you so much, Anna Marie, and hi everyone. I'm Steve Grossman, CEO of ICIC, the Initiative for a Competitive Inner City. I'd like to welcome each of you to our annual conference, which for the first time not only includes a record-breaking number of small businesses from across the United States, but across Canada as well. For the second consecutive year, we're convening virtually. It's been 2 years since we last met in person, shook hands without hesitation, greeted customers with smiles that weren't covered by masks, or spoke without being a safe distance apart. During this time of uncertainty, we've lost more than our sense of normalcy. There's been a tremendous loss of jobs, income, and businesses, and the ultimate sacrifice, a tragic loss of way too many lives. Despite the struggles we've collectively faced, there have been some silver linings during the past 2 years. Operating outside our comfort zones during this tumultuous time has challenged us to innovate, adapt, build resilience, and pivot when necessary. To prevail and emerge stronger, which is the theme of this conference, we had to and must continue to think and operate differently. This reminds me of a quote by the artist Norman La Liberté, who passed away earlier this year at the age of 95. He said, and I quote, "We're not here to do what has already been done." This was the guiding philosophy behind Norman's life and his work. It's ICIC's guiding philosophy as well. And as a laboratory for experimentation, innovation, and new ideas that serve to strengthen small businesses and the economic vitality of their underserved communities, Norman's words of wisdom also very much align with ICIC's mission, which is to drive inclusive economic prosperity in under-resourced communities through innovative research and programs to create jobs, income, and wealth for local residents. Our vision, which gets us up every morning of our lives, is to eliminate concentrated poverty and close the racial wealth gap, and upholding our values of being inclusive, path-breaking, continuously improving, collaborative and community building, transparent and accountable. At this year's annual conference, we have a vast audience comprised of more than 1,000 small business owners, business and community leaders, practitioners, and educators from across North America. I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank you all for joining us over the next several days. I'd like to start with participants and alumni from our Inner City Capital Connections program. This year, the ICCC program was offered virtually in 21 cohorts throughout the country and for the first time in Canada. We are so pleased to have you all with us. Next, I'd like to recognize this year's class of Inner City 100 winners, the fastest growing businesses in under-resourced communities across the country, and many past awardees from throughout the program's 23-year history. I'd like to recognize participants and alumni from the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program, which met its initial pledge to reach 10,000 entrepreneurs and has invested to reach another 10,000. Participants and alumni from Santander Bank's Cultivate Small Business program. This year, the Food Cluster Initiative expanded its reach beyond Massachusetts to also include businesses in northern and southern New Jersey. We are also joined by many of our coaches and mentors from throughout the country who make the experience of participating in ICIC programs so meaningful and unique. Our nominators are the lifeblood of our programs. We rely on them to identify and nominate businesses poised for growth, which are in need of resources, including technical assistance, coaching, and capital. Many of you are here today because someone you know nominated you for one of our programs, and because they're people you trust, you decided to apply and participate, and we're thrilled you're here. I'd like to take this time to recognize and thank our nominating partners from across the country who have played an integral role in ensuring the success of our programs. If you have ever nominated someone to participate in an ICIC program, we are profoundly grateful. For a detailed list of our amazing network of nominating partners, please visit our 2021 Impact Report, which is being published today. And of course, where would we be without our sponsors? Corporations, financial institutions, foundations, family offices, visionary individuals, funders of our research, programs, and initiatives, and of this event. Without their unwavering commitment and support, our work would simply not be possible. I'd like to start by thanking our sponsors of this year's annual conference. First, our principal sponsor, Chevron. For nearly 20 years, Chevron has invested in our conference and in the production and publication of our InterCity 100 list, which recognizes and celebrates the 100 fastest growing businesses in under-resourced communities across the United States. With Chevron's support, we developed the Dorothy A. Terrell Community Impact Award, which we'll present on December 9th. The award recognizes one InterCity 100 winner for the tangible ways the company and its colleagues enhance the community. From Chevron, I'd like to specifically mention and thank the following: Dave Feldman, Supplier Diversity Manager; Terrence Baptiste, Supply Chain Advisor, Supplier Diversity; Ryder Booth, Vice President, Mid-Content Business Unit; Steve Freeman, Chief Procurement Officer, who will be presenting the Dorothy A. Terrell Community Impact Award this year. Thank you so much for your continued partnership and support. Next, I'd like to thank our visionary sponsors of the conference. First, FedEx. This Memphis-based company underwrites our InterCity Capital Connections Memphis cohort, and in 2022, an expansion of the program to Dallas. With FedEx, we also developed the Champion of Global Entrepreneurship Award, which will be presented to an InterCity 100 winner on Thursday, who is the embodiment of FedEx's values and commitment to diversity, global trade, empowering entrepreneurs, and creating employment opportunities. A special thanks to Pam Johnson, Rose Flanorl, Latanya Cooper, William Harris, and April Steelman, and of course, our dear friend Sue Spence, FedEx's Chief Procurement Officer, who will be presenting the award once again this year. And thanks to our visionary sponsor, Edward Jones. This St. Louis-based financial services firm has been our partner for more than 20 years. Thanks to Laura Ellenhorn, Terry Couch, Elizabeth Kane, and of course, their CEO, Penny Pennington. Next, I'd like to thank our innovator sponsors. First, Bank of America, not only a sponsor of the conference, but a founding partner of our InterCity Capital Connections program. Thanks to Steve Fitzgerald, Charlie Henderson, Jason Stapleton, who will be participating in our Shark Tank panel on Thursday, and to the more than 100 small business bankers who coach our small businesses all over the country every year. To Regions Bank, our partner since 2014. With Regions' support, we brought the InterCity Capital Connections program to Houston for the first time this year. Response was so favorable that Regions is supporting ICCC's return to Houston again next fall, and we are collaborating to bring the program to Indianapolis for the first time in 2022. Thanks to Leroy Abrahams, Hinton Taylor, Brett Schaffer, Paula Bradley, and the small business coaches as well. And thanks to PNC Bank, with us this year for the first time. Thanks to Anusha Gibson, DJ Dubois, and David Serafini. I'd like to thank our pioneer sponsors, Appleton Partners and its managing principal, Doug Chamberlain, Arcturus Impact Investors and its managing partner, Jonathan Tower, and his colleague, Anita Graham, who will be serving as a gentle shark on Thursday's Shark Tank-style panel. Thanks to all our friends at Bain Capital, Victoria Budson, Greg Schell, Saran Tesfalol, former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick, Paul Edgerly, and Steve Paliuka. To the folks at Salesforce, Craig Cuffey, Madison Gunter, and Lily Kwan. And finally, to our longtime friends at Giroux Glass, its CEO Natalie Lometico and her colleague Barbara Kotsis. And to our partners, Santander Bank, the sponsor of Cultivate Small Business, and funder of our Inner City Capital Connections program. Appreciation to Tamika Favors, Graham Chapman, Maggie McDonough, and the many coaches who help our small businesses grow. And finally, thanks to Good Management Group and our dear friend Sam Good from Atlanta, Georgia. We'd also like to thank ICIC's other national partners: Goldman Sachs, Kaiser Permanente, the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, AmerisourceBergen Corporation and its foundation, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, Yum Brands and Pizza Hut Canada, General Motors, the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation, Vizient, Cardinal Health, National Business League, Boston Consulting Group, Blackstone Consultant, EY, and Rose International. We're deeply grateful for our national partners for everything they do every day of the year. The focus of our conference, and a phrase that you will hear many times throughout the next several days, is Emerge Stronger. We will be highlighting and celebrating the resilience of small businesses that have navigated the past 21 months of unprecedented challenges. We will share stories of impact, how adapting or pivoting strategies have created new models for business and new models for success, and how innovation, collaboration, communication, and reflection are helping each of us to emerge in a position of knowledge. And with that comes strength. Working together, we will emerge stronger. We also want to support the key drivers of small business growth: networking, education, recognition and visibility, enhanced access to capital, coaching, and mentoring. This conference provides 2 days of valuable content we're excited to present, including keynote addresses by ICIC alum Chris Coe, CEO and co-founder of ER2, and Melissa Bradley, a dynamic serial entrepreneur and co-founder of 1863 Ventures and Eureka. Educational breakout sessions led by esteemed professors Linda Applegate, Steve Rogers, Terry Esper, and Anthony Hood. Amazing breakout discussions on topics such as leading with your values, crowdfunding and community capital, digital marketing, and employee ownership and community wealth building. The kinder, gentler Shark Tank-style pitch competition, always a favorite of conference attendees. And the Business Growth Marketplace, through which you can learn about and request one-to-one meetings with leaders from corporate procurement and finance to build and grow new, profitable relationships. It's taking place tomorrow. That's Wednesday, December 8th, from 12:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss out on your opportunity to connect with these folks by logging on to this conference platform tomorrow. And finally, the presentation of our Inner City 100 Awards, during which we will recognize and celebrate 100 companies that have overcome tremendous market challenges to grow. And now it's my privilege and pleasure to pass the mic back to my colleague and our host for the conference, Anna Marie Cruz. Anna Marie is the Western Regional Manager of our Inner City Capital Connections program and a member of our management team. Take it away, Anna Marie.